value in the silver market. We talk about this every show, and it comes down to value, 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 and we look at it a number of different ways. One, what does a 1 ouncer sell for? And then, what about the half dollar? How many half dollars to the ounce? How many quarters to the ounce? How many dimes to the ounce, which is the smallest of the silvers? And when you break them all down, usually one of them stands out. Today, the better value is. Well, tonight, I'm telling you, the better value is next. They are the vintage silver proof Roosevelt dimes. And here we go. By vintage, we mean 1964 and older. And let me just take a second on that. In 1992, we pulled silver dimes in 1964. That was the last year of issue. Kennedy's continued in silver until 1970, but the dimes and quarters stopped. So from 65 to the present, our coins in circulation are clad, right? San Francisco took over proof set capabilities in the year 1968. And for the last half century, they've been making our top-end coins. Proof, a method of manufacture. I'll explain about that later as well. For the 25th anniversary of San Francisco striking proofs, they brought back 90% silver proof sets again in 1992. So the modern era in silver proof sets is 92 to the present. We're in 2024 right now. And they call the vintage era 1964, which is the last year Philadelphia struck a proof, and back. But that vintage era is a short era in the Roosevelt dime field, because the Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, shortly after our 4-term president passed away. They didn't introduce proof sets to the American public as a whole until 1950. So there are only 15 years of Philadelphia proof sets available on the table, 1950 to 1964. Again, 68s in San Francisco took hold. In those proof sets, we had dimes, quarters, and half dollars, the smallest denomination being the dimes. Again, all 90% silver, turn them sideways, obvious. No sandwich, all silver, right? Look at the graphic. Tonight, we not only have them available, we're selling them as an each. It's a silver hoard, or it's a lot of different. Because tonight we have actually up to 8 different of these proofs in stock. So if they made them for 15 years, tonight in stock I have over half of them. And they're only at $6.95 each as part of this bonanza. Now, if you want 10 or you want 20 of them, because the price is crazy, and it is, I'll get into that in a second as well, you're welcome to. But everything we will do is in quantities of 8 to keep them different. We want to give you as many different as we possibly can. It's just more fun collecting that way. Even if it's silver eagles, I prefer having a bunch of years versus a solid roll if I can. That's me. Everybody might be different. But if you just count backwards, 1964 of the last year, it means we're into the mid to late 1950s. Which means most of these are that close to 3/4 of a century old, and they came out of poly-pack proof sets. Those little envelopes with the coins flipping around inside, right? So these are 90% silver. My competition sells P and D dimes, which they made millions and millions and millions of, tens of millions every year for circulation. And they're selling for $8 to $10 a coin for the unks. The proof, which is the most limited coin every year, without question, the key, the lowest mintage, sells for less, only here on ABC. It's all about finding the deal. And it's tuning into us at the right time of the night. Because again, we're doing this for 5 hours, and we're going to talk about 50 to 60 different items tonight. And it's just, okay, was I around when this great opportunity popped up? My competition, if you pick the 1964 right there on the right, they're at Are you ready? They're at $25.50. If you pick that 1960, they're $27.50. If you pick the 1950, I think we go back to 6 in the graphic here, 56, they're over 30. Each. There's not one that is under $25. We're under $7. So we're a third of their pricing and then some. So I brought up earlier tonight quality. What is a proof? Remember, coins struck for circulation are struck once and pushed out there. Proofs are made for us collectors. It's a special finish. They polish the front, they polish the back, they polish the piece of metal, the dime blank. Strike it not once, they strike it twice. It is intense, it is beautiful, it's the best we got. You can see yourself, it's like a mirror. Again, they're made for collectors. That's the quality, the best. Guys, give me a 1-minute clock. Lots of activity, lots of 10s. I understand. Man, $6.95. You get 10 proof Roosevelt dimes for under $70. Wow. And of that, 8 of them will be different. Then there's the other index, proofs. A proof silver eagle sells for what today? The U.S. Mint sells them for give or take $100. Right? And there's like 11 or 12 silver dimes to an ounce, right? Just by weight configuration. So $6.95 times 12 is how much for a proof ounce? It's not $94. Which one do you like more? This one puts you in the 80s. We talked about where do I find my better value? Where do I find my cost per dollar averaging better? This is where it is. It's better than the quarters or the half dollars today, and I love both of those. But right now, the dimes under $7 rule. Proof dimes. That makes this one special. But unfortunately, like all good things, I have to be moving on.